Next up is Chaplain Gordon James Klingenschmitt, Ph.D. He is with the Pray in Jesus' Name. He's got a television program, book, and a whole bunch of other things going on. We're grateful you've made your way all the way from Colorado. Thanks, chaps.
Thank you, Janet. My name is Gordon Klingenschmitt. I am a former legislator. I was elected to the Colorado State House of Representatives for one term. I now teach at Colorado Christian University as a Doctor of Theology. I earned my PhD at Regent University. I also host a national TV show, PIJN News. I am not here speaking in that capacity or in the capacity as leader of any of the organizations that I represent. I'm also an Air Force Academy graduate, class of 1991. I say that because I took an honor oath, and I know Judge Roy Moore also attended the United States Military Academy at West Point. And as Academy graduates, we swore, I took an oath, and so did he, that we will not lie, steal, or cheat, nor tolerate among us anyone who does. And so I take the honor oath sacred, and I know Judge Moore takes his honor oath sacred. And this is a man who does not lie. Compare that to some of his accusers, and I don't know these ladies, but news reports now say that Beverly Nelson is now accused by her own stepson of lying in this case. Leah Korfman is accused by her own mother of lying in this case. And you need to research the facts. But when I compare a man who graduated the U.S. Military Academy and takes his honor oath seriously to the dubious claims of women who their own family members doubt their integrity, I say to them, and I'll quote the Ten Commandments, "Thou shalt not bear false witness." I'm a former Navy chaplain. I'm an ordained minister. I first met Judge Roy Moore a decade ago when he came to my defense. And then as leader of the Moral Law Foundation, which is now led by the lovely Kayla Moore, Judge Roy Moore flew to Washington, D.C. and stood with me when I was a Navy chaplain, and the government told me, don't pray in Jesus' name. You can pray to God, you can say amen, but don't use the J word in public because that might offend somebody. Well, I immediately called my friend from Alabama, Roy Moore, who flew to Washington, D.C. and stood with me outside the White House in 2006. And I wore my Navy uniform on a Thursday morning and I prayed in Jesus' name on national television. And I followed perhaps his example. He took on the Ten Commandments case, and I took on the Pray in Jesus' Name case, and I demanded my own trial. And when I was faced in a Navy courtroom with a misdemeanor crime of worshiping in public, Judge Roy Moore and his attorneys flew to that Virginia Beach courtroom and stood with me and helped defend my honor. His lawyers wrote legal brief, Colonel John Eidsmoe, thank God, wrote legal briefs to help me correct my Navy records. And because he stood with me at press conferences just like this one, the American people woke up to the injustice. And that caused 300,000 Americans to petition Congress. 50,000 of those were gathered by my friend Dr. Alan Keyes. And when Congress saw that the public was with me, and 85% of the people wanted to let chaplains pray in Jesus' name, we were vindicated by the U.S. Congress, who changed the law, and the Secretary of the Navy repented and rescinded that bad policy. This man has defended not just my constitutional rights, not just my honor, but the cause of Christ and the cause of religious freedom. And now Navy chaplains can pray in Jesus' name because this man stood with me and the American people stand with him. Judge, I just want to say thank you personally for standing with me, and I stand with you today.
Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain.